Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm probably going to convince you to stop drinking coffee. In today's video, I'm definitely going to be starting a conversation and trying to kind of gather a little bit more knowledge, maybe if you guys have it. But there are some reasons why coffee and eczema doesn't mix, and we're going to discuss that in today's video. In my last video, I was discussing the 5 best foods for eczema, and I had criteria as to why they were good for eczema. So, did it overwork your liver? Was it high in salicylates? Was it high in histamines? Did it contribute towards Candida or hydrogen sulfide SIBO? So we're gonna take coffee against these credentials and see how it does, because I have known personally and through speaking to a lot of you that coffee and eczema just don't mix. And a lot of times when people quit drinking coffee, their eczema feels a lot better, and they'll notice immediately that coffee contributes towards itching, pain, issues with their eczema. I haven't really been able to drink coffee in quite a few years. I drank coffee pretty regularly back in college. You know, after college I developed eczema. I don't know if there's any correlation there, but people with eczema usually have non-alcoholic fatty liver, or I've described it as an overworked liver. Not everybody with eczema deals with this, but a lot of people with severe eczema do. And so usually you react to foods that are high in salicylates, high in histamines, high in glutamates. So I was doing some research on coffee and your liver, and I found some really interesting results. So coffee is high in histamines, and coffee is moderate in salicylates. Research shows that coffee can actually help people with non-alcoholic fatty liver. So if you do research, like if you type in coffee and liver and type in NCBI, which is a really good research database, you'll find these research articles that are talking about coffee and the way that it actually helps with non-alcoholic fatty liver. So it's so weird because it's very contradictory to each other. I will say the fact that coffee has high levels of caffeine also contribute towards eczema. At the end of this video, I'll talk about decaf coffee. You'll be interested because you actually need a specific type of decaf coffee if you're gonna drink decaf coffee, okay? So another thing with coffee, let's go towards the gut. These issues could be things like the acidity in coffee. If you ever notice, like if you drink coffee at the beginning of the day, you might get really sick to your stomach. There's just some issues there where it's not soothing to the gut. It's a little bit of the opposite. Hydrogen sulfide SIBO will actually react to coffee. Coffee, I believe, is high in sulfur, and hydrogen sulfide SIBO, it has a lot to do with amino acids and like cysteine and sulfur, and there's different things that are food compounds that basically cause hydrogen sulfide SIBO to get worse. So coffee does contribute towards that. The weird, interesting thing I found about Candida in coffee is that there's a system, like a bodily flow, if you will, where caffeine in particular affects the adrenal system. So basically adrenaline and cortisol go up, and this creates a disrupt in the feedback loop, also disrupts the regulation of hormones. Hormones in Candida are highly related. So this is super, super weird. I had to take it was kind of like a contraception pill. For people who know what it is, it's called Plan B. I had to take that like 4 or 5 months ago, and it directly caused a yeast infection, it caused Candida, and it's because the change in your hormones like that can cause an imbalance, and so it can cause yeast to overgrow. It's a really strange situation. Caffeinated coffee indirectly causes Candida. That one kind of blew my mind, right? And so basically, if you're dealing with Candida, you should probably not consume very much caffeine. A lot of people are gonna ask me from this video, can I have tea? Black tea gives me personally the same issues that coffee does, except a little less extreme. Matcha, a little less extreme. White tea and green tea, like not heavily steeped, meaning like don't put it in a cup of like really, really, really hot water and don't let it steep for too long. Maybe getting like 5 to 10 milligrams of caffeine. didn't seem to affect me very much. In fact, green tea actually helped me when I had really severe eczema reduce the redness and reduce inflammation. So that's the answer about tea. Okay, I guess we have reached the part in this video where I want to talk about decaf versus caffeinated coffee. So when it comes to hydrogen sulfide SIBO, caffeinated or decaf coffee will contribute towards your eczema not feeling so great. I personally can't have decaf coffee. It does the same thing. Like it disrupts my gut personally. If you are going to have decaffeinated coffee, go to your cafe and be like, hey, what was the method of decaffeination? First off, you sound really cool. Second off, you want it to be decaffeinated through the Swiss water method. It hasn't been decaffeinated through chemicals, and so it's better for you that way. So there is a instant decaf coffee by Mount Hagen that I really like. Okay, there's a hair. Yeah, okay, it was a cat hair, cool. And that I really, really like. Unfortunately, I can't personally do that right now. I really wish that I could, but it's just not working with my body. Hopefully in a few weeks I can have some decaf coffee. I have eczema right now. I have it on the back of my knees, and like there is a whole bunch of gut disruption happening. Like pretty sure I have Candida again, and pretty sure I still have hydrogen sulfide SIBO, so that's been lovely to deal with. I was able to consume matcha for a while, but now I can't. My body is really sensitive to caffeine. But please leave your experience with coffee and eczema in the comments down below. It helps just sharing with the community your personal experience, because that way we can understand who's affected by what and why. So if you know your root cause, if you're dealing with stress-induced eczema, coffee is a huge no-go. Like that's just not gonna happen. If you're dealing with TSW, do not drink coffee. That's it for me today, talking about coffee. I will see you guys in my next video.
I like crashing waves, but I wanna see them at first light after a long night, and see the sky take shape, but I wanna see the stars.